Good morning, Wayne.
Hey, man.
And by the way, the man himself, Dwayne Michael Carter Jr. will join us in studio about 11:30 Eastern this morning. And would you believe he has released the song you just heard, Good Morning, as the final song on his new 10-song pre-album, The Fix Before the Six. That's before Carter 6 drops. But would you believe that at midnight last night in New York City, the music video you just saw played up on the marquee in Times Square?
That's what I'm talking about.
We have arrived.
That's what I'm talking about, though, Skip.
Pretty cool.
Get them royalties from me, man.
Okay.
I cut that deal. You didn't know nothing about that.
Or, as Wayne texted me last night, cool AF. Yeah, yes, it was. Today's Undisputed is about to be just as cool. There are no two people in the world I'd rather talk Cowboys 49ers with than the two with me right here, right now. Michael Irvin and Keyshawn Johnson, happy Football Friday to you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Friday.
Here we go.
After I texted you last night, I tried to cheer you up a little bit, you know.
Cheer me up? I was trying to cheer you up because you got another one wrong. But it's okay.
Not another one.
Okay. You just swung.
I was just hoping and praying for the poor Washington Commanders.
Yes, four.
That was game.
All right, let's talk about the game.
The game.
49ers 24-17.
24-7.
I think it's a 24-17 situation. I think we finally see Brock Purdy come from behind. I think Dallas takes a little bit of a lead, and it feels real good as Michael Irvin is sitting next to me and Skip is smiling wherever he's at watching the game. And then all of a sudden, that Brock Purdy moment that we've been waiting for comes alive where he engineers that drive, it takes the lead, and then from there on, everything goes. When you think about last year, Dallas committed 14 turnovers in that 23-17 loss. So when you talk about this football team, Dak Prescott's got to step up, right? If they plan on winning, Dak Prescott's got to step up to the plate, and I think he knows that. He's getting the heat as we continue to move forward. The national media who covers this game or covers sports in general, in particular the Dallas Cowboys and football, are saying, hey, man, you got a $150 million contract. You're supposed to be the guy. You're waiting to get an extension. In order to be able to do this and get the monkey off your back and move this team forward, it's up to him. He can't complete the turnovers that he had last year with the interceptions in that particular football game, although Dallas defense, for the most part, played pretty stout and solid. But it's not about the Dallas defense as much as it is about him at the quarterback spot and CeeDee Lamb, who had a good game, continuing to emerge as the number one wide receiver. But he's got to get help from the other guys. Can't be about him, right? Pollard missed some of that game due to injury. He'll be healthy in this game. So there'll be no excuses, although we don't know the extent of Tyron Smith's injury, if, in fact, he'll actually play.
By the way, real quick point. He did practice yesterday. He was out there. I don't know if he actually...
Yeah, he was there. So, you know, there's a little...
Yeah, there's a chance.
As I always say, and I think Michael knows this from his time in Dallas as well, the Dallas Cowboys, to me, they have the best physical training department in terms of medicine that money can buy in the National Football League. So if it's up to them, they're going to get him ready to play. I just think, though, for everything we've been talking about all week long about this football game, it all falls on the shoulders of the quarterback. It all falls on the shoulders of him, and he knows it. Can he withstand the pressure, Skip, that comes to bear when they play Sunday night?
So your bottom line is Dak will once again be the very bottom line. It's going to be Dak's fault that they lose again to San Francisco.
Look, he could have a phenomenal game, and they still might lose, and he can play well. But if they want to have a chance to win, he's got to play well.
Okay.
And they still may lose.
Mr. Irvin.
This game here for Dallas, and it's so funny because we always talk about those teams and those places you got to get past to get your ultimate goal and everything. And we all have those teams, those tough teams that we had to come through. And this has become Dak's. This has become Dak's. Now, I've been on the other side of this with Steve Young. And we're playing with the same team, San Francisco 49ers, and Steve Young's having a phenomenal career. And no matter what he does, it doesn't matter until he beats the Dallas Cowboys. That's what's on Dak's hand right now. Dak said he was upset when they brought it up. Dak said he didn't play well those last two games. All of that all of that says that this is all about you. We're going to talk about these great defenses. Both teams have great defenses.
They do.
Both teams have great defenses. But we're going to come back to Dak Prescott because that's what it takes. Let me tell you what I think it takes for them to win this football game. Dak and CD will have their game. The football team, the 49ers, they don't give up anything, any easy yards. They make you go the distance. It is hard, guys. It's hard to go the distance against that football team. They're physical. Every play they make you feel. They hit you hard. They got great players on every level. You talked about it, Key. They're tops in defending against the big play. They want you to take small steps down the field. That's why I'm saying Jake Ferguson has to have a big day. We're going to need that other receiver outside of CeeDee Lamb. Key, you alluded to it. Outside of CeeDee Lamb. You're not going to be able to run this ball down their throat all day. And you don't even have an Ezekiel Elliott that match that kind of physicalness. But you're going to need that extra dude. And do not send Brandon Cooks across the middle of that football field. Do not send Brandon Cooks across the middle of the football field. Let's let Ferguson move in and get some plays and make some plays. He's been increasing his number of receptions each week. 2, 3, 5, 7. This week, I'm going to need like an 11 reception day out of that tight end in the middle of the football field because that's the danger zone that the San Francisco 49ers make for every team they play. That's where you got to attack this football team.
What's your score?
I think we put some points up.
Ooh.
I got the score right now, 27-24. It's a field goal game. A field goal game. Okay. Dallas win with a late field goal.
Have you ever picked against the Dallas Cowboys? Just for
absolutely.
The record? You have?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That helps some objectivity.
When they didn't have any receivers, you remember that year they tried to bring in all
way back when.
Right. Yeah. It was or when Dak went down. You know, when you don't have a chance, you don't have a chance. But they got a chance.
All right, it is my turn. Keyshawn and Richard, wherever you are, Richard Sherman. You can accuse me of being a delusional Cowboy fan. You can accuse me of being blinded by the metallic blue light. You can accuse me of coming back in off the ledge I've been out on all week long, about to jump off the ledge down over the cliff. I will admit to you publicly, I don't have great conviction in my pick. But I did sleep on it. And even though before the season started, when I penciled in the whole Cowboy schedule, I had them going 13-4, I penciled in an L at San Francisco. But then things changed. Things started to happen. Different things that I did not see coming. I had inked in on my 13-4 a dub at Arizona because I thought it was the easiest game on the schedule. And you know what happened. Trevon Diggs happened in practice the Thursday before, and it just knocked us on our psychological ass. We could not get back up because we don't have the most powerful leaders in the locker room. We don't have Michael Irvin in the locker room. We don't have Troy Aikman in the locker room. We got Dak, and we got Mike McQuandary, as I call him. And yet, we came up, we rose like the phoenix in Phoenix out of those ashes, and we came home. And despite what Keyshawn thought and what Richard Sherman thought was about to happen, heck, in some ways, despite what Michael thought was about to happen, he thought Zeke would run it down our throats. That did not happen. 38-3 happened. Bill Belichick got hung with the worst loss of his entire career, 38-3. He tried to run it 23 times, and they went for 53 total yards, and Zeke had it 6 times for a grand total of 16 yards. And I said, voila.
Skip.
That's my team. Let me finish.
No, I'm going to let you. I'm just saying, get to the 49ers, man.
No,
I don't want to hear that about no Patriots.
Okay, well, you need to hear about the Patriots because that was a statement we made. So let's see. My team has beaten the Giants up there on opening night, 40-0. My team beat the Jets in that vaunted defense. It's supposed to be a top 3 defense, 30-10. Let's throw out the aberration. Let's throw out what happened, that disaster out in the desert, and look at what they did to Belichick. And I'm saying 40-0, 30-13, 38-3. This team is the most explosive in the NFL on both sides of the ball because our defense can be our offense. So I look at the point spread, and Vegas keeps telling you, wait a second, this is way closer than a whole lot of people think. I read USA Today this morning. They got their 9 experts across picking the game. All 9 of them picked San Francisco. It's conventional wisdom that is off base because you're not seeing the forest for the trees or the turnovers, which we take the ball away like nobody can take the ball away. And I'm saying, well, wait a second. Okay, so we have firepower, and you say, well, you can't score in the red zone. We rank 3rd to last in red zone productivity. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Would you believe we have been in the red zone more than anybody in the whole National Football League? We've been in it 19 times. That's first. Would you believe that, wait a second, that we average the longest drives in the National Football League? We hold the ball longer. We have more plays per drive, more minutes per drive than anybody. Why is that? Because we're number 1 in 3rd down conversions in the National Football League. Would you believe we lead the National Football League in turnover ratio at +9 because our quarterback right here, right now, the one you don't trust, has thrown 4 touchdowns so far to just 1 interception. If I add all that up, if we play our best, trust me on this, we are better than San Francisco all across the board. If we play our best, if we play the way we did in 3 of our 4 games, we are going to win this game. So I'm going to pick a lower scoring game because the last 2 have been lower scoring. Our young man named Brandon Aubrey has been a revelation, a godsend as our new kicker. So I got him winning the game 20-17. And you say physicality, you say they're just tougher and all this. It's rock, paper, scissors. Paper covers rock. Our paper will cover their rock because we have higher skill level on both sides of the ball than even they do, and I have nothing but respect for them. 20-17, Dallas Cowboys.
See, that's when now this is where I call you delusional. Because number one, Skip, you just set up and just said, I don't trust Dak Prescott. I don't. You the main person that say you don't trust Dak Prescott. You're quarterback. The one that went into Candlestick, or not Candlestick, but San Francisco, and threw 2 picks. Not my quarterback, your quarterback. On top of that, you're talking about you got better skill set players than the San Francisco 49ers. Mm-hmm. I'm not even, because we're going to talk about player for player at some point throughout this 2.5 hours. Skip. Stop it, man. Stop with the statistical side of the equation, talking about what the time of possession, the 3rd down. And then you played against teams that are not very good. Well, okay, and you lost to Arizona. I understand me and Richard Sherman, and to a degree, Michael Irvin thought that Zeke would come back and play well. We thought that Belichick would have a different game plan. It didn't work out that way. You smacked them. They're not a good football team. So don't try to...
In hindsight, they're not, but they were that night.
They're not a good football team. There's no hindsight. Okay, the New York Jets were playing with a quarterback whose eyeballs was this big in Texas Stadium and Zach Wilson. They didn't even give the ball to Breece Hall. They had him on a pitch count. I understand. Your defense is phenomenal. They are one of the top 4 defenses in the National Football League and very well could be number 1 if people want to argue that. Mm-hmm. You can argue that. But don't try to make it sound as though your team is more superior than the San Francisco 49ers when everybody in the country is picking the 49ers for a reason.
They are.
For a reason. You're talking about physicality. Mm-hmm. Michael Irvin, Hall of Famer Michael Irvin, Dallas Cowboy Hall of Fame Michael Irvin has said they need to be more physical. Yes. They need to match Deebo Samuel and Kittle and all of those, and McCaffrey, and that's his concern.
This is my concern.
But you act like that doesn't matter in professional football.
And this matters, I think, in football most over everything, being understanding the mindset when you're going into a game like this. And we can talk how great both sides have been playing. We got 2 great defenses here. But it's all about, this is a hump you have to get over, Dallas. All of this is just talk. This is a hump. And I'm going to tell you this. If you do win this game, you still don't get what you think you get because we're still going to say not until you do it in the playoffs. But right now, you need this psyche for you. That's what this game is about. And this is a good Dallas, I don't think match up terribly well with San Francisco because they like to run the ball, and Dallas wants to get to the sack. Dallas want to sack the quarterback. San Fran wants to be physical. Dallas wants to, under Kellen Moore, wanted to throw the ball all over the field. Now that's what Mike McCarthy's bringing. He's saying, we're going to slow this ball down. We're going to hand this ball off. We're going to take time away from your offense to continue to run this football on our defense, which is our weak spot. So, yeah, I would take Dallas back in over San Fran's back end when everybody's healthy. But I'm not taking Dallas defense, the front seven, over San Fran's front seven. I don't agree with that. I take San Francisco.
There's no way you're taking Dallas's back end over San Francisco's back end. So you don't think Ward is the better corner on the field on Sunday night? And Hufanga's the better safety?
Stephon Gilmore? Is he better? Is he better?
Stephon Gilmore ain't playing Sunday, man. You wishing, hoping, and praying. He ain't on the field, baby. Number 7 is going to be watching.
No, you're talking about Diggs. I'm talking about Stephon Gilmore is going to be on the field.
Oh, Gilmore, my bad.
He was the defensive player of the year at one point.
Yeah.
I know he's not that.
And Diggs was on his way to being defensive player of the year. I don't know what we're talking about.
Diggs is not on the field.
Right.
And I am taking Ward over Gilmore, Skip, right now.
Did you see what Deron Bland did against Belichick?
Did
you see what he keeps doing? Does anybody in the National Football League over the last year and 4 games have more interceptions than Deron Bland? Anybody? He's got 8.
I understand.
You got anybody with 8?
I understand.
No, you don't.
I understand he gets the opportunity to get interceptions. You want to know why, Skip? Tell him why, Michael. Why does he get picks? Because they do what? They throw at him.
Yeah.
That's why.
But he's making the play.
I understand that. But they're throwing at him.
Keep on.
When you that guy, they don't throw at you.
Right.
Like number 21, that we continue, our buddy that's up in college, they did not throw at him because he was that guy.
So you're proving our points.
No, they throw at Bland. They throw at him.
Thank you.
Because we had 2 other corners.
No.
We got 2 other corners they don't throw at.
They just threw at him. They just threw at him last week.
Good.
They threw at him last week.
Thank you.
Okay? And they completed passes on him. He got the interception. I'm not saying the guy is chopped liver. Not at all. But these receivers are different. Deebo Samuel's different. Ayuk is different. Brock Purdy is playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
Come on now.
That's the approach you take. They are facing some very good wide receivers.
Yes.
Very good wide receivers. And Ayuk has taken his game
to a whole nother level.
Whole nother level.
I started off the season saying,
Right.
But since Pittsburgh, he hasn't slowed down.
Right. And I've heard for the last few years that Ayuk had this in him, but we just didn't see it on the football field. And now you are seeing it. And it does take their game to a whole nother level because you got that physicalness with Deebo Samuel and now the ability of Ayuk to go up the field. And I'm telling you, I say what you want to say. This is this is almost perfect quarterback play from Brock Purdy. So the Dallas Cowboys got to play assignment football. And here's what I worry about from the Cowboys, because you want to match what you're seeing with the 49ers. And I want to go get more sacks. Michael Parsons, go do more than Nick Bosa. Go do more than Bosa. But the reality is you have to stay in position. The 49ers, they play great assignment football. They got great talent, but no one leaves their assignment, and that's how Dallas happens.
So, Michael Irvin, the more you talk, the more you sound like you're making the case that the 49ers are going to win, but you're just going to pick Dallas because you're a Cowboy.
No.
Am I right?
I'm so glad you said that, Skip.
I'm telling you.
Michael's so scared.
I've never heard him like this before.
I'm telling you where the 49ers are strong, where it happens to be a weakness of the Cowboys. And it's really about the mindset. That's what we're talking about right here. Why are we talking about what Dallas did against Arizona?
That's him.
Why are we talking about what Dallas did against Arizona? Why? Because your mind wasn't strong enough to handle that little dip in your schedule, and now you got this great team, this physical team. You'll have to play 60 minutes of football without losing focus and not giving up 1 inch. That's going to be a hard football.
All right, Michael. If Tyron Smith does play, and it sounds like as of yesterday, there's a real good chance he's going to play. Help me out here on physicality.
Huge difference.
Who has the more physical offensive line? Tyron Smith, Zach Martin. These are first ballot Hall of Famers.
Right.
Do you understand how physical Tyler Smith is? Is there a more physical, mauling, balling guard in the National Football League than Tyler Smith? Help me out.
You're absolutely right.
Is there a better offensive line with Tyron healthy over there than the Dallas offensive line? They can blow you off the football.
You're right, buddy.
Hey,
They can blow you off the football, but instead, the 49ers and Trent Williams is blowing everybody off the football.
No. They're not blowing them off the ball. It's the blocking design and the blocking scheme. The blocking scheme that Kyle Shanahan designed that gives them better angles, so they don't have to blow people off the ball. But the Dallas Cowboys, they do have the more physical. And like Skip said, that can just push you off the ball.
Won't you design that then? Because obviously
everybody don't have that ability, so you can stop doing it.
What you mean? What do you want? You want somebody blowing somebody off the ball and getting 2 yards of carry, or you want somebody blowing them off the ball so McCaffrey can take it to the house, or scheme so McCaffrey can take it to the house? Which one you want, Michael? You can't have them both. Take one.
Skip asked about physicalness.
So, Keyshawn.
You're such a dancer.
Keyshawn Johnson, do you realize how much I love the Dallas Cowboys when the whole world is picking against them? This is what I keep telling you. They need external motivation. They need everybody to say, you ain't got no shot at San Francisco.
That's what bothers me about that team. Why do you need that?
Why do they need that? Against the Cowboys since Michael Irvin finished it off against the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Super Bowl back in '96. Everybody's been picking against the Cowboys since
they were the
27 years ago.
Prohibitive favorite.
27 years they've been being picked against, and they've been in the same position every single year, even when I played for the same position.
So what I'm talking about here, guys, is what it's going to take for them to win this game. It's going to take them digging down deep inside themselves. Skip, and what you said is what bothers me. Why does it take someone to get
it? Just does.
And that bothers me because right in the middle of this game, late in the game, when you want to quit, they want to quit, everybody beat up and tired, that's when you got to go yourself, inside of yourself, and say, this matters to me more than anybody else. I don't care who else says what. It matters to me more than anybody else. That's the part they miss.
Thank you.
And that's what they got to have tonight, Sunday night, to beat the 49ers. And I'm talking straight to them right now. You got to have that in you to win this game.
Michael, I've been hearing that from you on all the networks,
all that other stuff.
Years,
all that other stuff y'all talking about ain't going to matter. So this is going to come down right here to what I'm talking about, and they better be ready for it.
Keyshawn Johnson, you just picked 24-17 San Francisco. Give me 6 points for another dinner. I'll take 6 right now for another dinner. You said by 7. I'll take 6 for a dinner.
Take it, but let's cash in on the first dinner, though, first.
No. Let's just add them up. We'll pile them up.
We can add them up.
I'll be eating for weeks. I'll be eating. Give me 6.
That tough talk means nothing to me. I want to get in your pockets anyway.
Okay.
I don't have no problem.
Let's eat.
Okay.
I got 6.
Underneath your mattress and get some of that dusty old money you've been saving for all these years. That's what I want to get to.
All right. I got Dallas plus 6. But I got Dallas winning 20-17, and Michael kind of has them winning, just kind of. Up next, we got to talk about the other NFC East team. Played last night. I think they played last night. I'm not sure about them.
Ain't playing no football.
The Commanders still a contender in the East after what happened last night? That's next.
My palm's sweating, man, like I'm a put down. I ain't lying. I'm seriously lying.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.